and the grab cost like 50 baht or something like that. And I was like, man, I just took a grab, it's 50, I'll just order it and wait for you to accept it.
Was he ripping you off?
Hell yeah.
Because I find it, I've only been here for a day, so I have a bit of a hard time trying to do the numbers in my head to work out actually how much things are costing, you know. But anyway, so yeah, so look, I'm a YouTuber now, so this is my, look at this.
Look at, show everyone the marble everywhere.
It is impressive. So this place, I just went up to the space. This is where we're training today. We're going to be training. It's Wednesday before trials, and we're prepping. You know, getting some rounds and some drilling in. Young Spatch is here as well. We've adopted him for the week, and this gym, like normally you go to jiu-jitsu gyms and they're in a back alley and it's fucking like my
shithole.
Like my building's a shithole. It's old. It's like crap.
You're not going to tell me that.
Yeah, like you just know. You just know. And then this is a fucking massive building. Like even just look at the atrium here. Like that's like what, 3 stories or something just in here. And the gym's up on the fit. You got to get a card to get in through these little scan gates over there.
You have to be an expat as well. You no Thai people. It's got to be expat only.
No,
I'm just kidding. But it might as well be what it is. There's like there's like a Frenchman, an Englishman, an Irish lady.
Imagine they don't let the Thais in.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
No, well, they might just try some Thai boxing or something. No jiu-jitsu.
I don't know. I don't know if as many of them know Thai boxing as we think they do. Anyway, so we're going to get some training. But yeah, the place looks quite impressive. The floor's all empty up there, except for the.
Nice. They had like 2 bathrooms as well and stuff like that.
Showers and stuff. Yeah.
Baby ran the class yesterday. He spoke at a decibel level of 0.5.
You couldn't hear him
the entire time.
Did he mumble?
Yes, but it was great stuff. That's the hard thing. So. I think next time I'm going to connect headphones to a microphone so I can hear it.
He often I have to say to him,
shit was so good though.
Speak properly, open your mouth, because he doesn't open his mouth when he talks.
The doc fellow?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he didn't.
What?
He didn't.
Yeah.
Fucking hopeless. How was training yesterday?
Good. We just did 20-minute rounds, only wrestling. Perfect for before a competition.
As in standing position?
Yeah, just 20-minute rounds, live. Me and Baby trained the whole time with each other.
20-minute round?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Okay. Didn't do any drilling?
No, we did.
This doesn't sound right.
No, I'm kidding. We started with the standing opponent guys on bottom, and your goal is to get them on their back and then do loose passing, like if the guy's like attacking on bottom. Goal for the guy on bottom is just to retain guard a small amount, not live, and we did that a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then after that we did guy tries to get up on bottom without doing it like shit, you know, without them letting it get their hands locked, like wrestling up a certain way, and then person on top just applying pressure, you know, moving the right way.
Yep.
And then we did back control drills. We just did like hook out, scoring the 3 points once you scored into like the no points period, and then learning how to take that out, control, keep it back in.
Was he? Did he show you some reverse seatbelt stuff we've been working on? Or?
Yeah, he
was
talking
secret?
about the hand-to-hand stuff, like on the neck, depending on which side you're on, which is really good shit.
Yeah.
And then I tried to tell him that I could teach, but he just wouldn't let me.
He wouldn't let you.
You know, so I said that you sent me all this stuff, and he just wouldn't listen.
You should have said, "Do you know who I am?" And you should have brought up your Instagram.
Yeah,
and then you should have brought up,
because that's what matters, right?
You should have brought up some Daisy Fresh episodes and keep pointing at yourself when you're on the screen.
Yeah. Who's that dickhead that just jumps all over people? You know.
How is everything going back at home?
Really good. You know, Pixley just won the trials.
So good.
That was crazy.
So there was a little bit of confusion, let's say, in the final. A lot of people have asked me, they're like, what was it? And I said, look, it was either a sweep or it wasn't. They decided to not give it. ADCC is historically very stingy. I mean, I think it was probably as close. I
don't think it's ever been closer.
It's as close where like it could have been a score. Like, I think as long as you're moving, they don't score. There was a moment where Pixley kind of stopped.
Yeah, then we screamed.
And that's where like, that's where everyone's gone. Is there a 3 count when he stops? And that's the, you know, it's so close. And I've got no problems with always erring on the side of don't give them points as long as it's always consistent like that. That's fine. Yeah.
We asked the judges after it, you know, and it was quite hectic. Like after it,
Mo was on the table. Is that correct?
He was sitting there. Yeah. So he was one of the 3, and then there was the other 2 fellas. It was the Finnish boy. And he's always treated everyone really well and always scored really well. Like he's at the big show all the time. But he said that pretty much as close as it gets. The reason they didn't award it is because as he was switching, he was continuing motion, trying to drag the leg towards him and sitting up off the hip, like everyone already talked about.
Yep.
You know, but I also asked him, and he said, I mean, any other day it could be 2 as well, but this is the finals of the trials. You know, and we wanted like a definitive score, and him really put him on his butt. You know, so and especially with the short time thing, because there was like 3 to 5 seconds left. It was just like, I don't know. I don't think it could have been closer.
No, I don't think it could have been, but
you know, I
good on
shit
him.
My pants.
Good on him.
I mean, we've been doing switch drills in the gym. You know, Heat's been having us do that.
He turned the corner and went to a high crutch. Did he? Is that what he did? Yeah. No, he kind of forced him into a high crutch. He went to the switch. Yeah,
to bring his hips
you
up
just
and
can't stay on your.
gone.
You just can't stay on your ass.
I think his goal was to either ankle
Why
pass.
has this
or
guy
just
got a
get up.
full head?
Because it's hot outside. They all wear that. That's a grab driver. It's my boys right there.
Okay. You said you've been getting 80 cent
80,
motorbike
80
rides.
cents. Yeah. No, 80 baht, which is like 80 cents. Yeah.
Oh really? Do you? No, 80 baht is
no,
is
it's
not
like
80
50
cents.
baht. Sorry.
Oh, okay,
Like
sorry.
50 baht. Excuse me.
80 cents US. Oh,
Yeah.
You're only dealing in Australian.
Yeah, it's like 700
Like
Australian dollars or something like
Australian
that.
dollars. Fuck, the Australian dollar's rough.
You have to learn how not to grab. Everyone sits and looks cool, and I didn't want to look like, you know, I wasn't.
Did you
like,
hug
didn't
him like
belong
it was
here.
the Titanic?
At the first one,
Like,
I didn't. He
yeah.
shoved me off.
Did he?
Yeah, and
He didn't
then
like
he just was pointing at the handles, but then I started to rest my arms because all the chicks were on their phones while they were getting like buzzed around.
So you relaxed.
But if they aero manual, you nearly fall off it. So I just had to learn. You know,
I think a lot of people do get squashed on the road here.
Yeah, I mean, 17 times my knees nearly hit 2 cars on either side of me because they come out like a praying mantis.
And they don't care. He'll just drive off.
No. And he's like
but even if you fall off, he'll just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't reckon he'd even stop for you. Yeah, so Pixley, that was good. Who else did you guys have?
Well, they competed. We had a couple actually. We had Nicholas Creighton, he did really good. Quarterfinals. We had Max Hansen. He lost to Oliver Tarzer in a close match.
Max has had a couple with
Oliver. Yeah,
Oliver,
he
hasn't
beat
he?
him at Enigma for the 10K in the middleweight bracket.
That's right. Did he beat Jeremy? Am I thinking of the same guy?
Yeah.
He's the guy who was a bit undersized in that bracket.
Yeah, massively undersized.
He did great that day.
Yeah, he's really good.
So he I was very impressed because Jeremy was on fire that day. Well, was doing well that day.
He was on fire.
And I think was that the final, Max and Jeremy?
Semi.
Was it the semi?
Yeah.
Was it? Then the final was Tarzer.
Oliver, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the people he beat that day are pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I mean, it was Oliver, Jeremy.
I think, was Davis in that division as well? Davis was on the other side with Tarzer,
I
was
think
he?
Oliver beat Davis
He
this
did,
time in like a tough match. I think he ended up taking his back.
But I'm saying that division was
banger,
pretty stacked.
Yeah.
There was
Couch was meant to be in it.
he pulled out. Who was the other guy that Jeremy heel hooked? There was another guy in there that's like a bit
not
of a name.
Ronan, no.
No. He beat Ronan by points. There was another guy, he heel hooked him pretty quick. He's beat him before too. He's another
I'm
tough
not
guy.
sure.
It's not Max.
Usually
it's
I
the
can
other
remember.
Guy. Yeah.
And then so he was in it too, and he's doing really good. He's sometimes
Yeah.
maintaining.
So he's been.
He's tough.
I feel like he's definitely improving. Is he any young?
Yeah, I mean we're around a similar age. He's a little bit, I think, younger. I think he's 25.
Yeah.
Roughly, but
He seems to be improving.
yeah.
What's he making to, like quarters and semis? What's he
Everything,
getting to?
yeah, most of the time. And he lost to Andy Varela in the bronze medal match, but I mean, even before it, he struggled because once you get off the mat, man, and he had 5 matches at the trials, 2 long days.
Yeah.
Competed at Enigma the week before. He's always competing.
He's fried.
And I think that was like a big stepping point for him, just because this time, you know, he kind of checked out a little bit, and then after it, Dante had a chat to him, and they talked about the mental stuff, and it was like he made really big strides, you know, because he's just now at that point where he can beat anyone in the world when you get to that. You know, I think it's just small things, and
that's where having a team behind you adds up to something. So
yeah, that's everything.
I've been talking to my guys a bit about this. There's actually not that many teams in jiu-jitsu. There's a lot of gyms where they call themselves teams because it's convenient to sell memberships, but a lot of these guys aren't actually all working together under the one roof to improve each other. And the places that are, I think there's a lot of value to be taken from that.
Well, you look at,
and I think you guys are doing that.
100%. I mean, you look at Phil Jackson or anyone, and the biggest thing they talk about is even, and they're a team sport, so I guess it's a little different somewhat, but the practices that I feel like he has, where he incorporates everyone together and he builds team bonding. You know, the last thing he talks about is basketball with these guys. You know, they know basketball, they know how to do basketball, but I think building a team environment where, like, something that you have, you know, you're a great coach and you do that stuff, you're really good at it, but I know that some people feel like they're on their own, you know. And
I actually think most athletes are.
Yeah. For us, the biggest part and the things that attracted me the most, especially when I first moved over, because I sucked at jiu-jitsu, I wasn't even considering being good at jiu-jitsu. You know, I just wanted to do something that I enjoyed. And once I got into a team environment like that, I felt like I was unstoppable. You know, and even though I may not have had the skills, I may not have been able to do a few things yet, you know, when I was hanging out with everyone and you know, you're training and he's like, hey man, great work, or this or that, and you've got people around you.
Well, I think you get propped up by, so the combined experience of the people around you actually somehow also bleeds over to you. So you're lacking that experience, but they've been to, say, big matches and big positions or big tournaments, and the difference that makes is substantial.
Well, I mean, the last time at trials, I remember something you said to me, and you know, and everyone constantly battles being nervous before they compete.
Yeah.
You know, everyone has their own methods, and when we were in the training room, you told me it was like the Wednesday or the Thursday, you know, and you said that guy wants to beat you. That guy does, you know, this is the big show. That guy wants to fucking beat you. You know, and having that, like, whether it's someone that's a coach or a friend or a team around you to tell you small things like that, it makes the world of difference, you know. And for me, that was a massive change, you know what I mean, through the days. Like, that fucking guy does want to beat me. I'm going to beat the fuck out of these people. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So
I think that's the competitive spirit, and it doesn't have to be, people might look at that as a, you know, you've been an asshole, but in any competitive sport,
I mean, we're choking each other out and breaking each other's limbs.
Yeah, I mean, that's our sport, but you look at any other competitive, it could be Formula One, it can be basketball, it can be football, it doesn't matter. It's the same, those guys aren't even actually physically putting hands on each other in, say, Formula One, but the rivalry and the aggression it's about winning.
Yeah.
And so if you want to be a winner, it doesn't matter the sport, there's certain characteristics winners have, and it's normally also incorporated within that team thing. So I'm a big believer that a good team environment can improve the like that old rising tide lifts all ships, and it's so fucking true.
Yeah, I mean, you need, it's not a luxury of being able to, you know, when you drive a Formula One car, get in a car, you know, it's not a person, it's not someone you have to schedule with, it's not someone you have to check in on, it's not someone you have to worry about if they work up on time, if they ate the right thing, if they're going to be the best partner for you. I think so as a coach, creating an environment where people do want to show up for each other and do want to build something together, you know, you get the luxury, which is through hard work, of building something that everyone can use and get better from. Or when you're on your own, you have to rely on yourself. You know, and then you have to pick the right person and hope that they show up, or hope this and hope that.
A lot of different gyms have, you know, one random athlete. Like, if we look through this bracket, right? We look through the brackets that are going to happen on a Saturday. There's a lot of those athletes, and you look and go, what's the common thread between them and their gym? And there really isn't any. They're just a great athlete. And this is not a shot at any of those gyms either. They're a great athlete, but they're, in spite of their gym, they're actually great at what they're doing. You know, they just happen to be the best guy. So that's what I always find very interesting. You can still get guys who are extreme winners who just are fucking lone wolfing it by themselves.
I mean, Ethan probably could be on his own and be a plumber and then win anywhere.
That's
Couch, you know, I don't know. Sometimes he wouldn't know how to wash his ass.
I think there's guys who can, but I think utilising the team, they all
I mean, well, it's with love though. Why not do it the best way? Why not do it in an environment where you're going to skyrocket?
Yeah, it is fucking cool. Have you seen anyone go through that looks familiar? I haven't seen anyone yet. No. What's the current time? You know?
It's a grab driver.
Is he looking for you?
11:30. Muay Thai. Yeah.
11:30.
11:30.
This girl's supposed to have